Ladies and gentlemen of the wonderful, wonderful vortex, it's your boy Alexander, and I am going to be talking about a topic that is actually very dear to my heart, which is financial abundance, financial independence, location independence, and basically finding what your dream job, your dream career, your path, your purpose, whatever it is that you want to call it. Now, I'm just going to be talking from a lot of personal experience and from things that have worked for me in order to help me get from a place that I might have been in the past to where I wanted to be. And the main thing that I really wanted to talk about in doing this video is I hear a lot of people will be talking and they'll be like, oh yeah, I currently work this job, but I really want to be a life coach, or I really want to be I want to be doing something else than what I'm currently doing. And I'll ask them like, oh, so okay, what's holding you back, or why aren't you doing it? They're like, oh, it's because of this, or because of this, or because of this, or I don't have enough money, or I'm not ready yet, or I'm not prepared yet. All these different things. And the way that I was in my life not too long ago was there were certain things I wanted to do with business. I wanted to have a huge flourishing business that was just exploding and just all, really huge. And I was confused because, I had tried different things like meditation. I tried different things like, affirmations, writing down my goals like 100 million times and trying to achieve it that way. I tried so many different things, but ultimately, the one thing that worked was getting there vibrationally first and allowing the results to kind of manifest. So I'm going to be talking about that. And just, I don't normally carry cash around with me, but I just had a little nice $10 bill, American money. So money is here always. And I'm going to be channeling my higher self in some different people. So okay, let's have some fun. So the entire idea of financial independence and the entire idea of location independence is something that a lot of people talk about and a lot of people dream about. One of the most common ways that people think about being financially free is they think that they have to win the lottery before they can be financially free, or before they can live their dream life. This whole entire video is going to be talking about moving from where you are to the lifestyle of your dreams. It doesn't have to be with money. It can be with money. It can be with relationships. It can be with health. It can be with anything in your life. From where you are right now to where it is that you want to be. And one of the biggest things that I hear people talk about in regards to money is they're like, oh, I wish I could be financially independent, but I'm working a job I don't really care too much about, and it doesn't make enough, or all these different excuses. Everybody has their reasons, and listen, reasons are okay to have. If you have an excuse of why it is that you aren't financially independent, totally okay. But the problem with it is that whenever you acknowledge what is, but you reinforce it, it's okay to acknowledge what is. It's like, this is a $10 bill. That's great. I can say that. But, if I start identifying with it and start saying things like, oh, I'm poor, I don't have enough money, I only have $10 or something like that, that's whenever we get into a little bit of trouble, because we start telling stories to ourselves which start emanating our vibration, which all of a sudden start attracting things that we don't exactly want. And it ends up getting us into the situations that we get in. So let me talk specifically about my journey and how I went from not being financially independent, locationally independent, all that stuff, to basically living a life that I absolutely love, absolutely adore, absolutely have tremendous amounts of fun in, absolutely just enjoy. And the first thing that I did was earlier, I want to say it was late 2013 or earlier 2014. So either December or January, I said to myself, I was like, you know what, hey, I'm just going to wake up and, I felt as if though every single day that I was waking up, I wasn't living according to who I am, or according to like my highest self, my highest goals, my highest aspirations, or anything like that. So what I ended up doing was I said, hey, what do I really want out of life? And I was like, oh, I want a Lamborghini. Oh, I want $1 million. Oh, I want this, I want that. I listed out all these goals that were physical things that I actually wanted, and I said to myself, I followed traditional goal setting methods, and I would start taking action for 2 or 3 or 4 days, or maybe a week, or 2 weeks if I was really lucky. But I wouldn't manifest these goals. And, for whatever reason, it's location. It seemed that getting financially abundant or financially free was really hard. And I hear that people have a tremendous struggle with money, for whatever reason. We all have different reasons, so I can't even explain all the different things I've heard. But the thing that is common, this used to happen for myself, and I hear this with so many other people, is that they aren't putting time and focus into the actual having of money, the actual feeling of what it would be like to have money. And what I specifically mean by that is this. Whenever you can get in touch with that vibration of what it's like to have dollars in the bank, of what it's like to be financially independent, financially free, locationally independent, whatever, have your dream job, have whatever, you're going to first of all, you're going to start emanating that vibration. People talk about things like I hear people saying stuff about they just made money out of nowhere. How does that happen? I talk about that. I post about money that I made, on different places, and it's to other people. It seems like, let's say I make $1,000 in a day, and I'm like, hey guys, I made $1,000 in a day. They think that I made that money that specific day. Yeah, technically speaking, on the physical earth level, I did make that money on that day. But if we're going to look at vibration and look at my mindset and everything that happened, I actually made that money yesterday. I made that money 2 weeks ago. I made that money a year, a decade ago in my mind before it actually manifested. And that's the thing. Whenever you can get to the point where you can, in your mind, you can truly, genuinely see oh my God, if I want to be living in, I don't know, for example, we'll just take Costa Rica. A lot of people want to move out of the country, or they want to travel or something like that. If you can get in touch with that feeling of what it's like to live in Costa Rica, what it's like to travel to Paris, what it's like to, go to all these different places in the world and still feel, financially supported and still feel abundant, then guess what? You're going to start emanating that vibration, and the universe is going to bring evidence of your vibration to you, which ultimately means that you're going to start experiencing the lifestyle that you want to live. That's just how it works. That's been my experience. That's been the experience of tens, maybe hundreds. Well, actually, that's been the experience of every single person on this earth. Whatever they emanate, they attract. Now, the cool thing is, most people in the world say, oh, you can't be financially free. That takes hard work. You have to take massive action. You have to do this in order to live your dreams. In order to, move out of the country, you have to have a safety net. You have to have a security blanket. Well, that's true. There's, it's important to be responsible with your decisions, but, the most important thing is feeling it in here, feeling it inside your heart, allowing it to manifest in your mind, and then allowing the universe to do whatever it is that it does to make your dreams a reality. And the thing that I've done that really, really helps is, visualization, but not just that, not just visualization of what goals it is that I want, but writing things down, the top 10 positive aspects. If your goal is to be financially independent and you want to have a lot of money, talk about what it would be like to have a lot of money. A lot of people say, I'll ask somebody, it's like, hey, what is financial independence to you? They'll be like, well, financial independence means that I don't have to struggle with bills, or I don't have to worry about paying rent, or I don't have to be limited, and I don't, they're talking about the things that they don't want instead of the things that they do want. And that's the huge difference. Because if you ask me, if you're like, Alexander, what is it like to be rich? What is it like to be financially independent? What is it like to have all these different things that you want? I'll be like, yeah, I could just rot it off left and right. I'll be like, yeah, it's totally awesome. You just buy what you want. You have a tremendous amount of fun in your life, and you just do whatever it is that you want whenever you want to do it. If you want to wake up at 12 o'clock, you wake up at 12 o'clock. If you want to sleep all day, you can sleep all day. For me, it's like one of my biggest goals was, it's like, okay, so I have, I want to say almost a year ago, I didn't exactly have as much money as I wanted in my life. And I said to myself, I was like, okay, Alexander, I see this vision of a business that I want to have. How do I get from where I am right now to where it is that I want to be? And, I tried different things, meditation, goal setting, all these different things that kind of worked, kind of didn't. But whenever I said to myself, I was like, hey, no matter what, even if it feels like I'm faking it to myself, I'm just going to say, like, hey, I am financially abundant, or, oh, I am financially independent, or, oh, I do have a successful business, or, oh, I do have tons of money flowing into my life. And at first what happened was I started saying to myself, like, oh, I'm financially abundant, I'm rich, I'm this, I'm that. And my mom was like, well, okay, if you're just going to say this to yourself for a day or two, I'll go with you. Cool. And it's like, I would start feeling things like, oh yeah, I'm rich, I'm awesome, I'm great, I'm totally cool. And then what would happen is, like, the next day I'd look in my bank account, and it would have however much money it had, which made me not feel rich, or not feel abundant, or not feel locationally independent. Or I'd look at my business, or I didn't have a business back then, so it would be the lack of the business, and I'd get sad, or I'd get down. I'd let that affect my vibrational state. And the thing about it is, you can get to wherever it is that you want to be in your life if you get to the point where in your heart and in your mind you can feel it, you can see it, you can hear it, you can taste it, you can touch it before it actually physically manifests. Then what's going to happen is you are going to emanate that vibration of, whether it's success, love, relationships, health, it doesn't really matter. You're going to emanate that vibration, and the universe must, if you're emanating a clear vibration, it must in turn bring that which is complementary to your vibration into your life. So, in other words, what you put out there, you're going to get back. What you reap, you will sow. What you are emanating vibrationally, you're going to attract in your reality. The things that, it's like the life that you're living right now. You didn't just wake up yesterday and say, hey, I'm going to live the life that I'm living right now. The life that you're living right now is a result of all the thoughts, actions, behaviors, feelings, emotions, beliefs, everything from yesterday, from the week before, from the year before, from the decade before, from the half a century before. All of that, all the things that you've been putting out there since the moment you were born, and even before you were born, are ultimately creating your experience right now. And people talk about, it's like, hey, I want to be this, or I want to do that. Well, and they try to take action, but the thing is, you cannot take enough action in the world to make up for a lack of the proper vibration. And what I mean by that specifically is this. If you want to be, let's say that you want to have your dream job, or you want to live, or you want to have a career, or something that you do which fills you up with tons of passion, which makes you motivated, which inspires you, inspires other people, which feels like, it makes you feel like you're helping the world and helping yourself, which is, it provides for you financially, it provides abundance in your life, and you're able to have a really baller, really awesome lifestyle. What will happen is, if you say to yourself that, hey, I want this thing, I want my dream job, but you're feeling, or you're emanating like, oh, it's hard for me to live the life I want to live, or, oh, I can't really have my dream job. It's like other people can have it, but I can't for whatever reason. I'm not enough. I need more money before I can have my dream job. I need to go to school before I can have my dream job. I need to have this. I need to have that. If you're focusing on the lack of what it is that you have or don't have, then what's going to eventually happen is you're just going to get more lack. You're just going to get more reasons of why it is that you can't do it, why you can't get that dream job, why you can't be financially free, why you can't be rich, why you can't be happy, why you can't be in love, why you can't have all these wonderful things. And in turn, if you're emanating that vibration, guess what the universe is going to get? It's going to bring more of that vibration. If you're emanating a vibration of lack, you're going to get more lack. If you're emanating a vibration of abundance, you're going to get more abundance. Then, people are like, but yeah, I keep saying like, oh, I want to be free, or, I want to live in this place, or I want to have a better house for myself. I want to manifest a house. I want to manifest millions. I want to manifest a new car. Well, the most important thing is, okay, if you haven't manifested what it is that you want, then you have to take a look into your vibration and ask yourself, like, hey, what am I truly, honestly talking to myself about this subject? Let's say you want a new car. Are you talking about how wonderful it is to have like that new car? Are you talking about how fast it goes, how spacious, how sexy the leather seats are? Are you talking about how wonderful it is to be driving down traffic and feel like you're the absolute shit because you have this nice, awesome car? Or are you talking about, like, are you looking at that car, thinking about that car and saying, oh, I really want that. It'll be so fast. It'll be so great, but I just can't afford that right now. Or, oh, my credit's not good. Oh, I don't have enough cash in the bank to afford it. Oh, I won't get it. Or, oh, I can't have it because of this. But, people are like, oh, yeah, I really want that car because of this, and this. And they're talking about how great it is. But in their heart, some way, somehow, or even in their mind, they're feeling, aka emanating, they're feeling like, oh, even though I really, really want it, I just can't have it because I'm not ready for it. Because I'm not enough, don't have enough bank, don't have enough money in the bank, don't have enough, whatever. The universe doesn't care about whether you have enough money or not, because whenever you start emanating that vibration of actually having it, having the car, having the house, having the money, living where you want to live, being who you want to be, doing what it is that you want to do, whenever you are emanating that vibration, the money is going to come, the people are going to come, the circumstances are going to come, the situation is going to come, the people are going to come, everything in your life is going to come as you start emanating the vibration of what it is that you want to have. So the most important thing to do is focus on what it is that you would like to have and allow yourself to little by little ease in to that vibration, and ease into what it would be like to live in Costa Rica, to be a life coach, to help have a successful business, to have millions of dollars, to have a Lamborghini, to have a new house, to have a nice apartment, to live on your own, to be financially free, to have that dream job. It doesn't matter what it is. Once you start emanating that vibration of actually having it, once you start saying to yourself, oh, you know what? Here's the thing. It's like, even though you might not even be in that dream job or something like that, once you start saying things like, oh, you know what? I really love what I do. I love inspiring other people. I love helping other people. I love making a lot of money and helping other people make a lot of money. I love being of service to other people. I love doing things that I love to do. I love having fun and making money at the same time. I love, being successful. I love feeling successful. Regardless of where it is that you might currently be in your current circumstance, once you start emanating that vibration, you're going to notice that your life starts little by little slowly shifting into that direction or that vibration of what it is that you want. And by magic, I kid you not, by magic, it's like all of a sudden you're going to realize that you were there, that you are at least you're at the crossroads of making a choice between choosing to acknowledge reality for what it is and allowing yourself to be like the conscious creator of your reality. And once you choose to become a conscious creator, what's going to happen is in that split moment that you make that decision that, hey, you know what, no matter what, I'm going to choose to create my reality. I'm going to choose to be successful. I'm going to choose to have, do, be whatever it is that I want to have, do, or be. Once you make that choice, the universe will work wonders to make sure that your reality that is first felt in here and then seen in here, it's going to make sure that the reality that's inside becomes the reality that you experience on the outside. And, people talk about, it's like, what you can in the book Think and Grow Rich, what you can conceive and believe you can achieve. If you can conceive it in here, and believe it in here, you're going to achieve it out here every single time, no matter what. And it doesn't matter where it is that you are right now, because as long as you can get to a point where you say, in your heart that it's like, hey, regardless of where I am right now, I can see myself being successful. I can feel myself in my heart being successful. I can see myself in my mind. I can hear it. I can taste it. I can touch it. I can see the entire reality happening in here and in here, feeling it in here and all throughout your body. Once you get to that point where you can feel it in here, you're going to be emanating that vibration. And remember what happens. Whatever you put out, you get back in. You get into your life. Whatever you reap, you sow. Or whatever you are putting out there with your vibration, you're going to attract. Whether it's money, whether it's the people, whether it's, it doesn't matter what it is. Whenever you put those things out there, the universe must bring to you what it is that you want in your life. And, the thing is, the more that you get in touch with that feeling, excuse me, let me actually backtrack real quick. Whenever you get in touch with that feeling, people think it's like you have to have that thing before it actually manifests. Let's say that you want a new car. People think that you have to have a new car. You have to have the actual new car before you can actually manifest the car. That's the thing. Or they feel that you have to have the car before you can feel like you have the car. They think it's trickery, or they think it's deceit, or they think that they're lying to themselves. Like, oh, I feel like, I want to feel and visualize like I have that car, but it feels like I'm lying to myself. And that's not exactly the right perspective to have about it. Simply what you're doing is you're creating reality on the inside before you create it on the outside. And that is how all reality is created. It's created on the inside before it's created on the outside. The things you manifest in your life right now were because you were putting a vibration out a minute ago, an hour ago, a day ago, a year ago, a decade ago. Everything that you're having in your life right now is because you manifested it in here and in here before it actually happened here. And what happens is you're on the leading edge of kind of manifestation right now. You are experiencing your point of attraction that you're currently, everything that you're experiencing right now is because you put it out there before. And that's what's in your vibration right now. But here's the cool thing. Once you get in touch with yourself, once you get in touch with your goals, once you get in touch with what it is that you really want in your life, you're going to feel, and once you say, hey, you know what, no matter what's happening outside of here, no matter what reality is right now, I'm just going to get in touch with what I really want to have. I'm going to feel it in here. I'm going to see it, taste it, touch it in here. And I'm just going to do that, regardless of what happens. And whenever you do that, you're going to get in touch with those feelings. You're going to get in touch with that vibration. And guess what? You're going to be emanating that vibration. And what does the universe have to do? It has to give you that vibration. It has to give you evidence of your vibration, because that is the law. That is the law of attraction. That's just how it works. So, this video was intended to be about, location independence or financial abundance or, anything. But the truth is, it's like, if you're at a point in your life right now and you're trying to get to somewhere else that you never have been before, what you have to do is you just have to get in touch with it, what it would be like to have it, taste it, touch it, feel it, experience it in here and in here. And once you do that and you hold that feeling, sometimes you can hold that feeling for a minute and evidence automatically happens. Evidence automatically pops up in your life. Sometimes it might take a day or a week or a month or however long. But once you get in touch with that feeling and it becomes so strong that you're convinced that it's going to happen, guess what? The universe must bring what it is that you want to you. It is law. That is the law of attraction. That's how it works. So that's pretty much all that I have to say. And, just get in touch with what it is that you want in here and here. Allow it to manifest in here, and it's going to manifest out there. That's it. So I hope that this video was at least a little bit helpful. Maybe it, kind of changed your perspective about maybe one thing or two. Give me some feedback if you like it. Write about it. Write about how you like my hair because I've been doing a couple videos bald lately, but I have hair now, I have a beard. And, write about what it is that you want to hear more about. If you have some questions, write about that. But, most importantly, just, whenever you're doing, all the stuff, I don't claim to be a guru or anything like that. All I do is, I just kind of speak from my own personal experience. Whatever resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't take it. That's totally fine. Certain things that I'll resonate, certain things that I'll say right now will end up resonating, like a month from now, or a day from now, or a year from now, or a decade from now. And you'll understand, like, oh, I know what Alexander meant by that. It's okay. However long it takes for you to get in touch with what it is that you really want inside yourself, that's how long it takes. Like, it doesn't really matter, because once you get in touch with that, nobody can take it away from you. Only the things that are outside of yourself can be lost or taken away from you. But that's not even the right way to view it, because it's just like anything that's created, your entire reality is created on the inside before it's created on the outside. And that which you get in touch with, Gandhi says, be the change that you want to see in the world. If you want to be financially independent, if you want your life to change, to be, have a life of financial independence, be financially independent. People think that you actually have to experience financial independence before you can be financially independent. No. Be financially independent in here and in here. And guess what? You're going to have that. Whether it's money, love, cars, great sex, nice body, anything. It doesn't really matter. Get in touch with here, and it will absolutely manifest out here. So that's it. That's all that I have to say. And I really hope that you guys like this video. But comment, don't comment, do whatever you want. Share, don't share, don't really care. But I hope that you were able to gain something from this, and I absolutely love you, and I hope that you enjoyed. Take care.